Day lady from the swamp water, sink through all that fuck shit. Bitches always tryna run up, I'm too far, couldn't touch this. Cash out, gon' crash.
Hi guys, I am Shakira, your host and creator of the Voided Voice podcast, where we give a voice to those that I feel like are lost in the void. And we talk about all things here, music, pop culture, and whatever else you guys feel like you want to throw at me. Thank you for being here. I am blessed and grateful to have you. And even if you just wanted to click on and see what the hell I'm talking about for 5 seconds, that's cool with me. So before we get into today's episode, this is episode 3. And they say great things come in threes. Or was it 2s? I don't know. But if it's not a saying, it is today. So before I get into today's episode, I am filming this on the 22nd. It's like midnight. So much has happened this week for the culture. How are y'all feeling? What's the temperature? Because I was very tempted to change the person that I was talking about in today's episode, but I said, no. I would be doing myself a disservice amplifying the voice of someone that is at the top of the totem pole, because Mr. Kendrick Lamar, you indeed did pop out and show niggas. You did. Indeed you did. Whew, but we gonna get into that a little bit later. But for right now, I would definitely want to talk about my person that I chose for this week, because she is paying her dues and she is doing what she needs to do. And I just feel like she needs to be recognized for it, appreciated, and given her flowers. Now, my girl was born in Atlanta, Georgia, but raised in Sacramento, California. So for the Bay. So technically, this is like a little West Coast episode, kinda. I don't know. I guess. But pretty much she started off her career pretty early. As a preteen, she joined dance camps, went on to, go ahead and start writing. And eventually she realized, hey, I want to move to LA and I want to pursue this thing called music. And if you haven't guessed it by now, that's probably every female artist that you could think of. But the person that I am talking about today is Victoria Monet. Hey. So pretty much Victoria decided at a very young age, hey, I want to be a star and I'm going to make it happen. And she wanted to move to LA. And according to interviews and just going and doing my research, her family members were really supportive. Her mom told her to save money. Her aunt believed in her. Everybody believed that it was going to happen, and they supported her 100%. She didn't have the average typical story where your family just wasn't supportive. She had that backing. And even in her current day, just seeing how her mom is there for her as a grandmother and just being her backbone is just very commendable. And I love that. I love that for her. I love that for every creative. You deserve to have supportive parents. And if you don't, man, build your own community. Get your mother, get your fairy godmother, whoever, and make it happen for yourself. And then if you don't, there's always God. But yeah, so in 2008, right, she met Rondi Jenkins, and she was in LA. She was supposed to join a girl group called Purple Rain, and like every typical artist that pursues music, the moment they get signed, label changes happen, and unfortunately people either get dropped or shelved, and unfortunately she got shelved. So she said, what am I going to do from here? And my girl went on to say, you know what? I can write and I can sing. I'm going to go ahead and write some songs and drop some demos. And that she did. So as she's writing, she comes across all these people that she's getting placements for. And I'm going to read a couple of them so you guys can see just how deep her pen goes. So we're talking about Ariana Grande, who we all know her for, Holly and Chloe, Diddy Dirty Money, Jhené Aiko, Fifth Harmony, Brandy, Chris Brown, and Nas. I mean, an extensive resume, and the pen matches. It's worthy. You can't compete where you don't compare. And Vinay, Miss Monet was just penning hits so effortlessly. And as she's penning these hits, she's like, you know what? I'm going to start doing demos. And as she's doing the demos, she's singing her heart out so that she doesn't get replaced on the backtracks or on the hooks, to the point where some placements even said, you know what? I'm not going to do that, right? So now we see that Miss Monet has mastered the writing aspect of it, the singing aspect. Now, where do we go from here, right? So as she does work with Ariana Grande, it leads to her becoming Grammy nominated and, winning awards for being a driving force in Mrs. Grande's career, right? And I think Victoria reached a point in her life where she realized, other people bet on me. I think it's time to bet on myself. And from there, we get all of these beautiful projects. And for me personally, I want to say my favorite song from her earlier days was New Love off of her Life After Love project. The day that I first met you, mentally interested and emotional. Yeah, that song, that's how I was introduced to her. And when I heard that song, it was funny because I was listening to Janet Jackson radio and she was suggested. And I'm like, this girl looks just like Janet in the cover art. She's so beautiful and her voice is just so angelic and soft-spoken, just like Janet's. And usually Apple sucks with their algorithm. So I was pleasantly surprised when I was introduced to her. I don't even remember what year that was, but I knew I had to stay tuned with her. So I remember adding her to my playlist, and then from there, Moment came out. Y'all, my boyfriend can attest. I was playing the hell out of that song. So let me take away your pain, give me all of your emotion, land it like a plane on my back if you can hold it. Life is but a dream that you manifested slowly, so fuck a fantasy, this your motherfucking moment. Yeah, this your motherfucking moment. Yeah, but that's my song, y'all. So, dang, where was I? So pretty much, from Moment, there was a clear path to stardom from there. We knew that Victoria had her own sound. She had her own path. She had her own damn animal. She had her color, brown, jaguars, and she knew that this is what I'm doing and I'm going to go full force with it. From there, Miss Monet never took her foot off of our necks. I mean, she brought back live performances on YouTube. I mean, full 8 count, baby. My girl was dancing down. I know them toes was burning. Okay, I'm talking about she dropped her baby right on the road, touring, dropping music videos. Right after that, we get Jaguar 2, y'all. Y'all didn't even catch on to the first Jaguar. And she was pumping out hits. I'm talking about from Ass Like That to On My Mama to How Does It Make You Feel? Yeah, my girl was giving it to you every time, right? But a lot of people don't talk about how Miss Monet, Miss Victoria Monet, her name is just so fancy. You can't just say Victoria Monet. You gotta say like Miss Monet. Be formal. Miss Monet if you nasty. But we don't talk about how she's bringing back old school tactics. Like, I'm talking about full rollouts, full interviews, full music videos, dropping behind the scenes music videos, giving us different variations of the songs. I'm talking about bringing back the days when artists used to give you a CD and you would have the song, a cappella, instrumental, whatever versions. That is a lost art form that my girl is bringing back. And I feel like it is also to toot her horn and show you that seniority definitely does help you get ahead. Because, baby, only a true 80s or 90s baby's gonna give it to you like that, right? And in talking about her, we gotta talk about her music videos because y'all don't see the vision. Y'all don't see what's going on. And I feel like enough people are not talking about it. So we're gonna talk about it. Let's talk about Moment. Moment is when she popped out on the scene with her baby Zaddy, and they was even together in that video. And that video was hot. They went to Africa, the motherland, to go ahead and film that. And shortly after, my girl got pregnant. Yes, she did. So go back and watch Moment, and you tell me. And then after that, we get, oh my gosh, all of the live performances from Jaguar. I mean, she was fresh, baby, fresh out the pom pom. My girl is doing a full 8-step on y'all. Boom, no sleep, right? Then she does these collaborations with beautiful artists like Leon Thomas, Lucky Day. I mean, I love her work with Kalani. Like, she is just giving it to you guys nonstop, right? But we have to talk about All Right that she dropped this week. Now, all the R&B girlies love Miss Janet, right? And they are rightfully so in doing that. But there's two people that I can fully with my whole chest say come from the school of Miss Jackson, and that will be Miss Tiana Taylor and Miss Victoria Monet. That All Right video paid homage to Janet and Michael Jackson in the most highest forms. I feel like it was better than anybody ever did it. From the promotional reel of her going into the theater paying homage to Thriller to her doing the All Right video, and I think it had to be over like 5-6 Janet videos. I mean, of her like paying homage right down to the dance moves, the mannerisms. And man, I gotta give my credit to Sean Bankhead. You guys do not talk about choreographers. You guys don't, and it pisses me off so bad because he is another Frank Gaskin in the making. Him and Victoria Monet remind me of like young Beyonce and Frank Gaskin when they first got on the scene, how he helped Destiny's Child and Beyonce in her earlier years as a solo artist, and you guys are not understanding how historical that is. And then right after the release of All Right, Miss Monet took a page out of the early 2000s when Sierra used to do her master classes and have the tutorials of her breaking down the choreography in her songs and music videos and putting it on YouTube. Her and Sean have been doing that since On My Mama. Like, they are giving the dancers everything they need. They are bringing back the appreciation of all of the creative performing arts, okay? And it's sickening. It's sickening. Now we got to get into just how the jokes write themselves, right? So Miss Monet, as she's coming up for On My Mama, everybody's realizing like this girl is a star and we need to see her on some big stages. So BET says, hey, why don't you do the pre-show? Even though I felt like she was definitely main stage, but hey, better than nothing, right? So she does the pre-show. She kills it. Then everybody's like, yo, you need to get on the VMA stage, right? Why the VMAs told this girl that it was too early in her career and she was not ready? And you got chart-topping songs? Your album is charting? Not ready where? Only God can tell me I'm not ready. But nonetheless, my girl pushed through with stride and she did the classy thing. She took the high road, you feel me? And she kept working, right? Grammy season comes around and it's so poetic. So poetic, right? She gets nominated for 3 Grammys, right? 3 Grammys. And how about she won all 3? All 3, you guys. Now you sit here and tell me if you guys watched the VMAs last year or this year, if it even came on this year so far. I know I didn't, and I could damn sure tell you that any little white teeny bopper they had on there definitely wasn't pushing 3 Grammys on that stage. So the jokes write themselves. And God has a very funny way of doing things. And if the VMAs does spin back around and want her to perform, I truly and wholeheartedly hope that she rejects and pulls a Beyonce and never shows up. But let's get off of that. Let's just talk about her. Now, when I think about Victoria Monet and I just see her physically, she has the blonde hair like Beyonce. She has all the dance moves like Ciara and Janet. Her voice is so soft and angelic yet strong, kind of like the best parts of Janet and Beyonce. And then it's just her style and her demeanor. It just gives like 70 star meets modern day It Girl in the best ways. And I absolutely love it and I live for it. And she reminds me, if I had to say, she is a combination of Alicia Keys in the production and songwriting value of how she works. She reminds me of Beyonce as far as the appearance, and her essence screams Janet Jackson. It screams Janet Jackson more than anybody else that says they love Janet. She just oozes it, and she has that softness. Like, if you were to tell me that was probably Janet Jackson's daughter, I would believe you, just off of how she speaks and conducts herself. And I love that about her. I do. Now, I totally believe in divinity, and I just feel like for her to win those 3 awards, I had to look up what 3 means biblically, right? And it means perfection and divine wholeness. And I feel like Victoria falls not at all short of that. She is the whole thing and then some, right? But let's get into Sean Bankhead. Just seeing how they operate as a team, I feel like that is of God in the highest form, because the work that they do together is just amazing. And they have both paid their dues with the On My Mama collaboration with the music video and the creative direction of the two. I just feel like it cannot be compared, you guys. So Sean Bankhead, he is born and raised in Atlanta, and he got his start at Dance 411. The owner saw something in him at a young age, and they didn't want him to, do dance classes and teach the classes, but they gave him a chance. And with giving him a chance became opportunities, because lo and behold, he ended up getting professional work. And a lot of us know him for being in Tiffany Evans' Promise Ring. I know I do. And then from there, he ended up getting an opportunity on the Tyra Banks show to perform Single Ladies with Beyonce. From then on, began choreographing professionally, and he has made songs for artists. Not songs, dances for artists like Missy Elliott, Victoria Monet, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Fifth Harmony, Ryan Destiny, and Normani. And I feel like out of all the collaborations, his collaborations with Victoria just seem so fluid and natural, and the appreciation that those two have for each other and how they could come together and just their minds create something so much bigger than what it is, especially through movement, is so beautiful. And I'm not no big dancer, but oh, my mama had me in the living room, my friends. I was literally watching the tutorial, drunken, trying to do the yeah. And shout out to Aja, his assistant dance. I don't know what they call him, assistant choreographer. She's out here killing the game too, and I love her. I follow her on TikTok. I hope I said her name right. I'm so sorry if I butchered it. So, pretty much, I want to say my favorite Sean Bankhead choreography has to be from the show Star on Fox that Lee Daniels created and directed. It's no longer on air, but Mr. Bankhead was definitely giving them their money's worth, because we were tuned in every week for him. We were watching a result of his gifts from God. Every week. The songs were great, but the dances and the production value of everything, top notch, you guys. Top notch. And as far as his predecessors, he says that he names Jamal Sims, Chuck Maldonado, Don Rico Johnson, and Lee Daniels among the mentors that kept him in mind at a young age. and also Fatima Robinson and Jamaica Craft, who were the first to let him on stages. And if they were the first, who is going to be the last? Because, baby, those are living legends. I mean, Fatima Robinson choreographed with everybody you could think of. I mean, Aaliyah, all of them, Jamaica. She collaborated with damn near every hip hop artist you could think of. Go look them up, y'all. But this is about Sean, so we not finna get there. But and he quotes to say, "I wouldn't be where I am if it weren't for the doors that they open." But let's get into with them bringing back all of these things that we longed for, you know, the high value music videos, the high budgets, the choreography, the creative direction, just the looks, moments in pop culture that just create staples for fashion, for, you know, content, so much. This is something that we haven't had in a long time. I mean, Beyonce gives it to us, but that's every couple of years. And Beyonce is a legend. I mean, Beyonce's been doing this since the 80s, if we're talking about in her childhood too. So this is just her. But we're seeing the results of us watching those legends like Michael Jackson, Beyonce, Janet Jackson, Sade. I mean, performers. And it is so cool to see people who actually study and love them just make things into fruition. And Victoria is a direct result of that. And I'm so glad that she betted on herself and she is here in this moment. And all the blessings to her, her family, her fans, everybody that's on her team, because it took a lot of people believing in her, considering her age, her being a new mother, her, you know, not necessarily having a online presence and being behind the scenes as a writer to say, you know what, we're going to bet on her. And I know she's going to win. And Victoria, I am so glad that you are where you are and you are getting all the blessings you deserve, girl. You probably might not ever see this, but I love you. And I got to say that. I just can't wait to see what else you give us. I mean, if there's a Jaguar 3 coming or whatever the new chapter is, I'm here for it, girl. And I can't wait to see what else you and Sean give us, because, man, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. It's just cool, you guys, to see hip hop and R&B given expression through choreography, dancing, acting, and just bringing visions to life, even in videography. And it's something that we lack right now in this day and age. And I can tell that people hunger for it. And I'm glad that there are people who see that and they're catering to it. And even though they may not be getting the millions of views that they need to be getting right now, slow motion is better than no motion, and people are going to catch up in time. And yeah, shout out to Victoria. I know she's exiting the void. She's about to be, I don't know, in the Milky Way or something. I don't know, out of there, beyond this universe. And stay with Sean. I'm waiting for Sean to get his flowers. I don't know what awards dancers, choreographers get, but my boy needs all of them, because no choreographers I know other than Kenny Ortega on Disney was really pumping out whole sets, dance sets, every episode for shows. And Kenny Ortega only did it for like 3 movies, which was High School Musical. So give my man his things now. But now that we're done talking about them, y'all, let's get into Mr. Lamar. So as we know, Juneteenth just passed, and Mr. Lamar said, I got something for y'all just to remind y'all that we black, and that's a fact. And he popped out with his friends. And when he said his friends, y'all, he meant his friends, because all of Black Hippie was there, baby. I mean, I was getting my life. J-Rock performed Money Trees collard greens on stage. My high school self was living. Do you hear me? Living. And y'all, Kendrick Lamar revolutionized diss tracks, and I don't think y'all understand the magnitude in which he did it. Like, y'all, let's put it like this, right? Drake drops the diss track, says, hey, straight up, YG's the only real person I know that raps a set. Kendrick said, okay, hold my beer. Brings YG out on the set. Him and the whole NBA league and every producer you could think of from the West Coast, as well as rappers, are up there Hoover stepping, crip walking, throwing up their sets to this diss track. That's 2 strikes already, 3. 2 strikes, 3 already, right? Then Mr. Lamar gets paid twice off of this. Not only from Amazon, but from Twitch too. Then, after that, you look at the set list and you realize this man has been dissing Drake for years. So I just got paid for reiterating something to you that I don't like you. And I'm going to get paid for the fact that I don't like you. And you may think I don't have fans, but baby, regionally, I've surpassed you. And that's just on a regional scale, right? Then, never in my 18 years of living have I seen someone perform a diss track 5 times and then do a walkout to said instrumental of that diss track like they just won the WWE world title. And never in my life did I ever see someone say, this ain't about the beef or none of that, and then proceed to rap the diss track again to unify that person's said region. Never did I ever see someone perform 3 diss tracks in one set list towards the same person. And somebody asked earlier on Twitter this week, how is Drake going to make a comeback from this? And baby, it's a good thing that Drake has a core. Let's just say that, because Drake's going to have to stick to making music for the girls, honestly, because the girls don't really care about the beef for real. If we're going to keep it a buck, the girls don't care about the beef. He going to keep making his songs with Sexy Red and all them. And he's going to cling to his core because that's what he has to do. I mean, unless he flat out just comes out and says sorry, which is not going to happen. I mean, the man called you a pedophile. Said he could raise your son better than you. So, yeah, I don't see that happening, y'all. And, man, even Kendrick's outfit, it replicated Tupac's Source Awards outfit. And that's a testament. And then to have Dr. Dre, a hip-hop pioneer, say the opening lines to said diss track. Oh, man. Mr. Aubrey, I'm sorry. I don't know what you did, but if you could take it back, I don't know. You just pray. The only thing that I am shocked at is that Pusha T did not get on that stage and show up there that night. That's all. But that was a very beautiful evening. I just wish that Nipsey Hussle was alive. I wish he was alive to see this and be there, because I know how much he loved LA, how much he loved just bringing everybody together, all of his efforts. It would have been a great night. Oh, I'm gonna get emotional. It would have been such a great night. And it's moments like that just make me be like, damn, like he was not supposed to go, y'all. He just was not supposed to go. He was supposed to be there in that moment. During that tribute, man, my heart broke. I tried my hardest to keep it together, but I shed a tear. But man, that was a great night. I'm not even from the West Coast, and I was ecstatic. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw my stories. I was yelling in this living room by myself, okay? Having the time of my life. And it just goes to show that we're missing something really big like that in our culture, hip hop culture. And I hope that this becomes a yearly thing, not even for money, but for just bringing everybody together. And I don't know what artists we have on the East Coast present day that is as big as Kendrick Lamar, but I hope somebody does it to where we can glorify our artists. We can come together, something for the South, something from up North. I mean, we don't really have that, and it just sucks. Like, I mean, we have Rolling Loud, but it's Rolling Loud. It's a money grab for artists, and it's a great platform, but it's not a pop out. It's not some spur of the moment for the culture type shit. And damn, man, we need more of that. We need more of that. I went to sleep so good, y'all. Like, I don't even think y'all understand. I felt so good and at peace seeing that on my TV screen, and the fact that Amazon didn't keep it up, it upset me. But man, I've been watching it like every day. It's only been like 2 days, but I've been watching it like every day. The whole set every day. And shout out to Steve Lacy because he was the only singer up there. Blast is a singer rapper though. But shout out to Steve Lacy. He was up there with the gangsters. I saw him. But y'all, the NBA endorses Kendrick Lamar. I mean, if we're gonna be real, that was the whole NBA. LeBron was there. I'm pretty sure Savannah told that man, do not get on the stage, do not get in this. We're not messing up the brand deals. You hear me? But Westbrook's wife was not in sight. And you can keep a nigga out the hood, but you can't keep the hood out the nigga. Y'all, man, a great time. And I wasn't even there. I just wish I was in LA to witness that, y'all. Like, man, that was crazy. Like, man. And I've never been to a Kendrick concert, but if that man go on tour again, best believe I'm getting my tickets. But off of the pop out, sometimes you gotta pop out and show it. Let's get into music releases this week. So, who dropped? Don Toliver dropped. I Love Brother Stone, Kodak Black. Moneybag dropped. I Love Drunk Off of You, and Whiskey. On the fence about Whiskey because I looked up the country singer and he has some racial things that went on in the past, but hey, people maybe change. I don't know. Normani, Dopamine, yes, she is another one who I feel like is in the void, and I feel like we need to give her grace. I mean, I remember as far as last year, she was talking about the reason why she was absent from making music was because her parents fell ill to cancer. And I feel like people do not give her the grace that she deserves when it comes to taking time for mental health and healing. Although I listened to the tracks, I would say my favorites would be Still, Candy Paint, and 159. Insomnia is good too. The only issue I have with the project is the fact that the songs all are kind of popish. I wish there was a little bit more versatility, just showing her range. A couple of B-sides would have been nice. A ballad maybe, some interludes. I just felt like it was missing that thing. And it was cohesive, but kind of all in the same universe, if that makes sense. I will say though, that this is her first project and she's coming out of a girl group. So I'm well aware that she's probably trying to find her sound. And as she finds her sound, I feel like it's only going to get stronger. This was a great start. And I'm definitely interested to see what more all she has to offer. So I'm giving the project definitely a 7 out of 10. Don Toliver's project, 8 out of 10 for sure. Brother Stone, my favorite track, and I'm biased because I'm from Florida, so sorry y'all. I'm sorry. Kodak brought something to the project that was missing, that Florida twang. And yeah, Moneybag's project, about an 8 out of 10 too. He definitely showed a little versatility. It wasn't it was his same sound, but he showed a little bit of range on there through the R&B man on there. Mr. Chris Brown had a country singer trying to pull his Nelly. So, you know, I see that he's trying. I commend him for that. And I hope that a lot of artists take suit and they do the same. I just wish that these rappers would make more songs for the ladies. Like, where's the LL Cool J type guys? I miss, you know, the Love You Betters, Round the Way Girls. I need those kind of tracks to get me going. But this has been a great week for music, and I'm just excited to see what else is coming. I believe Megan's project is coming up later this month, and I can't wait to review that. Her tour has been going amazing. She's bringing out all the female rappers. I'm glad. I'm just glad. This is a very great year for music, and I'm excited to see what rollouts come, what tours come, and who else is gearing up to give us some more heat. And yeah, you guys, I can't complain. Other than that, I just want to wish you guys a wonderful week, and thank you so much for entering the void. And I hope you guys are chilling, cooling till next time I see you, which would be next week, Friday. I do the episodes every other Friday, but hopefully the views go up so I can do this every Friday. But until then, thank you so much for entering the void, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, please. And feel free to throw any comments that you have. What are your opinions on the projects that dropped? Who are you excited to see? How do you guys feel about Victoria Monet? How do you feel about Sean Bankhead? How do you feel about freaking Fatima Johnson, Jamaica Craft? How are you guys feeling? You guys aren't talking. You guys are DMing me, but I want to see what you guys got to say publicly so we could talk about it. Stand 10 toes in your truth, you guys. And until then, and thank you for entering the void. Voided voice out.
What your name is? You know my body, I ain't even gotta say shit.